being nominated was an honor enough just to be recognized in a class with all the veterans. Most the other nominees were from Young and the Restless.
What looks like a humble old clip is now being watched very differently, because back then he was preparing himself not to win. And now he's standing on the biggest stage in Hollywood, holding the one award he never even expected. That's the shift here, expectation versus reality, and how far that gap really was. Years ago, sitting on a daytime talk show, a teenage Michael B. Jordan talked about his first real recognition. 3 nominations, 0 wins, and his mindset was clear. He said being nominated was already honor enough, almost like he didn't want to risk believing in anything more. Even when his own parents pushed him to prepare an acceptance speech, he refused, not because he didn't care, but because he didn't want to hope.
You know, my mother and my father, they were just, well, you got to think you have to think of some acceptance speeches. And I was like, no, I don't really want to, get my hopes up,
right,
and don't win. And it was like my mother, she actually sent me an acceptance speech pinned in my seat.
No, she did not. She wrote out?
She wrote out. And, of course, I would like to thank the woman who gave birth to me.
Yeah.
And then number 2 was I'd like to thank the woman who gave me life and can take it away if I don't finish reading this note.
Yeah.
So I kind of like...
And that detail hits differently now, because behind that moment wasn't confidence, it was restraint. A young actor, surrounded by veterans, quietly deciding not to expect too much. But here's what changes everything. While he was downplaying those early nominations, the trajectory had already started. The same actor who once avoided imagining a win just took home Best Actor at the Oscars in 2026, sitting next to his mom, thanking the same parents who once wrote him a speech he didn't think he'd need. So, now that this clip is resurfacing, it raises a bigger question. Was that humility, or was it someone who had no idea how far he was actually going to go?